meeting with Bijal Damani. I think that in 2 minutes we will start with this meeting. But before starting, I want to say my big thanks to Bijal for this presence, because as you know, my dear colleagues, my dear Italian colleagues, Bijal is in her, I don't know, in her cooking room, maybe, no?
Yeah.
Because in India, it's time to dinner, I think.
Yes, it's 7:30 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your time, Bijal, because we are honored to have such a colleague for this meeting. So,
Thank you so much.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to talk to my Italian colleagues.
Okay, we are waiting for the admission of our colleagues that are registered to this meeting. So in 2 minutes we will start with the meeting. If the Italian colleagues would like to give some questions to Bijal about the topics that we will have during the meeting, they can write their questions to this in the chat room, and I will catch the questions, and I will transfer the questions to Bijal. So if you want to if you have some curiosity about the Indian system, I would be honored to transfer the questions. So please don't be shy and help us to contribute to this discussion. Two minutes more, and we will start. For those colleagues that are new, we have Bijal Damani connected from India, and so we are very, very, very happy to have this opportunity with her, and I can say that we discussed with Bijal about the opportunity to have a global hackathon with our students. So this is only a spoil, but could be a good opportunity that we will discuss with Bijal, and if the teachers that are connected to this meeting maybe can discuss, can appreciate what we are thinking together. But this is only an idea that we will discuss. Okay, so we can start with the meeting. Before starting the meeting, I want to introduce the host, because it's a top 50 teacher in the world, nominated by the Global Teacher Prize. So it's one of my best sisters in the world. So I'm very honored to have this opportunity to talk with you, Bijal. But Bijal, I thought to Bijal because Bijal is teaches entrepreneurship education in India to 11, 12 grade students. So I think that she is one of the best teachers, not only in for the Global Teacher Prize, but also to speak about entrepreneurship education. We want to compare the entrepreneurial education from India. So we want to discover what you did, what you are doing in India. I know that you started as a computing instructor, but before I know that you worked you have experienced in company,
Right.
and this is very, very important because you are transferring what you learned in this in the world of work as
Real world.
yeah, the real world. So it's the same in India. We can say the real world and the fantastic world of the school system. And but I was very, very impressed about your entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship project at Galaxy Bazaar.
Right.
So I will have a question about the Galaxy Bazaar because this kind of proposal, I know that accumulated a total of thousands and thousands of dollars that you used for your school, and we are very, very curious about this approach because we want to learn from you about your approach in your country. Okay, after this presentation, and Bijal, you want to add more about you, what you are doing in India?
Yeah, sure. Like basically, what Armando has already said, that I'm a business teacher, and I think this is the same everywhere, where the classroom teacher basically does not have any connection with the real world. What we teach and what the real world is, there is no connect. So actually, after finishing my MBA, I was part of a .com company as a marketing manager for a couple of years, and that kind of taught me what real world is, how marketing functions, how the real world actually works. And basically what I thought was is that I was inspired to become a teacher after that. Leaving my marketing manager job, I was inspired to become a teacher because of the one simple mission. Whatever that we missed out, whatever I missed out as a child, as a student, I wanted to bring that to other thousands of children to whom I'll be teaching in the future years. So keeping that particular thing in mind, I joined teaching. Believe me, everybody was shocked. My family was shocked that after doing your MBA, you are choosing to becoming a teacher. But that was shocking. But I think that was my calling, in the sense, I enjoyed every bit of it, and I have been a teacher for the last 20 years now, and many more years to go, I believe.
I'm sorry if I'm smiling because but it's the same approach in Italy, and many of the teachers that are connected today can say, I think the same, because maybe they have a MBA, they have postdoctoral studies, they studied very hard, and when they decided to start this experience, maybe many of their relatives or friends or something like that maybe said, "Oh, you are crazy! You can earn more money to work in the real world." So thank you very much for your words, because we are showing that we can contribute to the growth of students, of young people, with our experience, and our role is very, very important. So thank you very much for your introduction about your teaching role in India, but it's the same in Italy.
I'm so glad to know that, really.
Okay, so I want to start my talk with you about the Indian school system, because you had the Global Teacher Prize winner last year in 2020. So I'm very happy because because Ranjit Singh Dizal. Okay, Ranjit is better. Okay,
yeah, that's
yeah, and he is a wonderful person, because I met him only virtually, of course, but from his words, I understood that yeah, he's an extraordinary teacher. So I'm very happy about this. But I think that this is only the top of the iceberg when we say that many teachers in India are contributing to give to young people the opportunity to grow. So can you describe the level of, in your opinion, the level of the Indian school system?
okay. All right. See, in India, we are following the 10+2 model. So that means, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are primary.
Okay.
Lower, yeah. Then we have the grade 6, 7. That is another bunch. And then grade 8, 9, 10. And then the higher secondary, that is grade 11 and 12. So that is how this entire system is divided. Not only that, uh, so far as the education is concerned, government is offering free education to those children who are from age 6 to 14. So basically, the basic education till grade 12 is offered free to the children. But at the same time, in India is a big country with 1.3 billion population. So we have equal number of private schools. Like, if you look at the number of schools, it's 50-50. 50% is public schools and 50% is the private schools. So we have different boards, various education boards, which are available, from the private boards to international boards like Cambridge and International Baccalaureate. We have our own state boards. Each state will have its own education board. So, India being what you can say, a diverse country, and a very highly populated country, we have been facing this particular problem to educate all our children. Believe me, there are so many children who are in the rural areas, and we have not been able to reach out to them for the simple reason that the school is far off, or many a times the parents are not well off, and that is why they expect the children to join them in whatever what you can say, manual work that they are doing. So we are definitely facing a problem. It's not that everything is hunky dory in India and we are doing great, but in India I can simply say that there are two divisions, the haves and the have nots. There are certain children in private schools who are getting everything. They are getting the best teachers, they are getting all the technological support, they are getting the good infrastructure of the school, they are having access to all the opportunities, educational opportunities available to them. And on other hand, we have a couple of children, like almost some children who are not receiving. It is difficult for us to reach out to them for many reasons, right? So that is the scenario with Indian education at the moment. But we are very, very, like, up till now the Indian education system was based on rote learning, in the sense, like, you simply study from the textbook, and you have the year end examination, uh, and you just remember whatever that you have studied, and you simply write it down. So it was more examination based on memory. But we just received our new education policy in year 2020, and that is something that is going to change many things. um, we are kind of coming up with an inclusive approach, we are coming up with a flexible approach, we are coming up with more focus on learning of skills rather than just theoretical learning. We are also focusing on integration of subjects instead of compartmentalization of subjects. So your new education policy, which has just come in the year 2020, we are very, very hopeful that it will help us reduce the dropout ratio of children. It will motivate children, it will prepare the children with the skills that are required to be successful in the real world.
Yeah, this is a real surprise because I thought that in India the practical approach, the pragmatical approach was a very important point. But you are saying that you started in the last year, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right.
And this is what you are, the method that you are using, because I remember that when I met you the first time in Dubai in 2017, I remember that you were you were using this kind of approach. So
Right.
maybe they are understanding that is to face the revolution in the world and to guarantee to the students the same opportunities in comparing with the global situation. Maybe this is the new approach to propose to the school system.
Yes. So this new education policy, as I said, is focusing more on skills, like
Okay.
apprenticeship skills.
Yeah.
All these things are now coming from it, like it will be part of the curriculum. See, up till now, it was a teacher like me who felt like that and was doing it. But now it is coming from the government as a part of the education policy. So it will definitely see a lot of changes in the Indian education system in the coming years.
Wow. Wow. No, thank you for this 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 change, because it is the same in Italy in the sense that in Italy we have yeah, our approach it's still theoretical. So and as junior achievement, my association and my experience is that we can reach the best results if we if we use the theoretical approach for some topics but if we use the practical approach, if the students can learn from their experience, then they don't forget for their life this kind of topics, this kind of subjects, or this kind of the skills that they can learn from this approach. It's very important.
Learning by doing is more effective than just learning by watching something or listening to the teacher or reading the book. It's always like learning by doing stays with you.
Of course. And which is the reaction of your colleagues in general in India
about
this new approach?
Right. Of course, see, as a policy, as a document, this looks very, very hopeful. But in order to simply implement it, I think the very first thing that we will have to look into is the teacher training, because the teachers will have to now change their thought process from being in class, in front of the class, teaching the students or talking to students. Now instead of that, why we are now shifting to students doing things, students exploring, students simply learning by doing things. So that is the next step that we will simply be doing, wherein a lot of teacher training will be undertaken, right? Because otherwise for teachers to let go of the control of the class is scary. When I'm standing in front of the class and talking, I'm in control of the class. But when I give them certain work and they're working in the groups, or when they're doing something, I really believe that I don't know what's happening. I'm not in control, right? So all these mental approaches will have to be kind of shifted. The teacher training has to be given. I think once teachers are ready, only then this national education policy will be successful. Otherwise, if the teachers don't embrace it, if the teachers are not able to take it the way it is supposed to be implemented, I don't think so we'll be able to get the results as expected.
Generally, when I at the end of my trainings with the teachers, so I say you can give space to the creativity of your students if you use the entrepreneurial education is the best way to give to extract the best possibilities for the students, and at the end, generally, I have one of the teachers that says yes, but tomorrow, when I enter in the class, what I have to do with my students.
Yeah, because see, everything changes, right? Right from your lesson plan to the methodology to the tools that you use, everything changes when you are bringing a different approach. And sometimes it is scary for teachers that something that we have been doing for so many years. Now all of a sudden you're asking me to change. Now that is a little scary.
Yes, this is the challenge, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to move to another topic because you know that the global pandemic is present in everywhere in the world, and is influencing the school system, the approach. In Italy, we have some regions in which the students can attend school in presence. In other regions, such as Lombardy, where I live, where students are in at distance. So we have different situation. The question is which is in your country the impact for your students and the entire school system in
Right.
in India of the pandemic.
All right. Okay. See, I'll answer this particular question once again in two parts. As I told you that in our country we have the uh, private school system and the public school system. So if I'm talking about my own school and my own students, um, ever since pandemic, the very next day we shifted to the digital platform, and believe me, we have not missed out on a single academic day. Like, for us the shift was very smooth, because technologically every child is given the iPad, and we kind of shifted to the Zoom sessions initially, and then Google Classroom, like Google Meet and all, using different technological tools. We started connecting. So of course we miss out on seeing the children or being there in person, or not having any kind of let's say sports class or activity class or music class. um, that is missing. But so far as the academics is concerned, my students have not missed out on a single day. But at the same time, in my own city, there are uh, 80% of the other schools. They have not managed to keep in touch with the children. They have not managed. Why? For the simple reason that they were not technologically enabled. Yeah, they were, probably the students didn't have the laptop at home. They were using their parents mobile phones to connect. And of course the parents are also working from home, so they needed their devices as well, for working. So a lot of such problems did occur with the other schools, and they have not been able to uh, kind of be in touch or be in virtual schools. They have missed out on the academics big time. The schools are shut, and of course we are not on the school campus. Everything is happening virtually. So actually pandemic has uh, broadened the gap between the haves and the have nots. That gap was already there, but right now the ones with the technology went ahead, and they had an entire year of academics done, whereas the ones who didn't have the technological tools or support, they are the ones who have actually kind of missed out on the entire year. So this particular digital divide is widening now because of pandemic. Our government had started this particular for public schools. The initiative was started wherein the lectures were being delivered using the television system. So using the television channels, there was a schedule for every grade, and there were teachers who were coming on the television and they were taking the classes. So that way we have tried to keep in touch with the students. But still unfortunately, Because of pandemic, there is a lot of movement wherein there are people who have shifted from the city and they have gone back to the villages, because they were not getting the pay, and they had lost their jobs. So there is a lot of movement, such movement which has happened, and unfortunately in the process there are many children who are dropping out of the education system, because because the parents are now shifting to the villages, and they are simply, because there is no money, there are pay cuts, there are job cuts, there are job losses. So they are, children are deciding not to come back to the school, and start with some, supporting their parents in whatever small manner that they can. So right now, if you consider, like, our situation, as I said, there are two separate paths. There are kids who had it all, and there are kids who missed out on everything because of the technological lack of technology availability.
Yes, and if I understood correctly, the TV, the television system are helping this
Yes.
second. Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
because see, government simply thought about it that probably every household may not have 4 or 5
Mm.
mobile phones, but every household will have the television set, and that is why they thought of the common media, and they tried to reach out to those children through the method of like using the television channel, and it
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
well. Yeah, it worked well for children.
Ah, this is very interesting because, for instance, in Italy, of course, we have some lessons that are given by the television system, the television channels, the public television channels, but there my perception is that this kind of approach is not used from the school. So maybe, of course, we have the same problem because we have some territories that are not connected or well connected with the web,
Right.
with the um, uh, but I think that yeah, there are lessons on TV, of course, but they are not they, took in a good consideration by the school system. So maybe we should improve this channel to reach all the parts of Italy. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
So for
Thank you
some
for this
children,
answer.
it's a year lost. Like, it's an entire year lost. Probably
Mhm.
in the coming years, I don't know how are we going to be compensating for that year lost. What will be doing with these children? Will they be repeating the year, or will they be promoted to the next year? So these are the challenges which are faced by the Indian education system at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. This is the big problem because many students are losing the years, the 2 years of their school career. So and when I say losing, loss is the real word
Yeah.
of. So it's very difficult to uh, replace these years in, and so we will have a lack in the career of,
Yeah.
uh, of our students.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And you talked about the parents because you said that many parents lost their job. So so in which is the role that the parents can play despite these difficulties, because if they lost their job, of course they have less money to yeah for their family. They maybe they can they have to ask to the young people, to their kids, to work just to bring some money for the family, maybe. So can you say more about the parents' role in during this pandemic in India, of course, in your point of view, or in our school, for if you want to say something about your school.
Yeah, sure. The thing is, Armando, with this particular pandemic situation, um, the role of parents, had changed very drastically. Like if you look at the earlier situation, there were parents who were used to, like, we will see the parents when they come to pay the fees. We see the parents only when they come for the parent teacher meetings, nothing beyond that. They were not involved in the development of the children. They were not involved in the entire education process of their children. Now, with this particular pandemic, especially for the young children, the parents had to play the role of a secondary teacher. In the sense, the teacher will be the primary teacher who is reaching out to the student over a Zoom session or over a Microsoft Meet or anything virtually. But it is the parent who is sitting at home, who will have to make these things happen. So the role of the parent had become more inclusive in this entire education process. Now it is not possible for any teacher to simply finish this entire academic process without the support of the parent. So parents were kind of were acting as the teachers at home for the children, especially for the young children, very young children, let's say grade 2 or 3 children. Parents have to be around, in the sense, parents had to help their ward with the technology. They had to help with the learning process, with the assessment. So it is just like that parents were acting as the what you can say, teachers on the other side of the computer. That is how parents
Yeah.
have used this. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. No problem. No, many teachers are asking to you about to know more about your entrepreneurship project, Galaxy Bazaar. So, if you want to say the model that you have created in your school, maybe this is, of course, the core of this meeting. So we are very curious to know more about your project and this project or other projects in the entrepreneurial sector.
Right, sure. See, I would like to share two of my projects. One is something that you have already mentioned, the social entrepreneurship project Galaxy Bazaar. It is very interesting, how this project got started. Uh, I was deployed as a teacher of business, teaching commerce and economics to grade 10 students, grade 10 F students. And believe me, when I was given this particular task, um, it was shocking for me to know that these children were known for their notorious behavior. They are the ones who made 2 teachers resign before me. So you can imagine what kind of students I'm talking about. These are the notorious students who were having a lot of classroom behavioral issues. Yeah, they were the ones who are not interested in studying. They were actually creating. I'll give you one simple example, that these are the kids who hacked into the school computer and changed their report card, wherein everybody was getting 90%. So these are the children who are very, very notorious and very this. So when I was deployed as their commerce teacher, while talking to them, I simply realized one thing, that whenever there are any kind of classroom issues or wherever there are discipline issues, it's not the child who is failing, it's the system, it's us as teachers, as the system. We are failing, and that is why children are not finding anything interesting, and when they don't find anything interesting, it results into some kind of behavioral issues. So while talking to them, I simply told them that I have to teach you commerce, the business, the theory of business. How about not teaching you anything in theory, and how about us having a project first, wherein we set up a bazaar before Diwali within our school, and within that bazaar, I'll make sure that you're learning everything practically, what you're supposed to be learning from the book. I'll be teaching you a bit of accounting, I'll be teaching you economics, I'll be teaching you business, I'll be teaching you everything that is needed in order to complete your syllabus, to complete your curriculum. Believe me, these kids jumped with joy. They were getting bored studying within the 4 walls of the classroom. And they are absolutely justified. Why? Because business is a very, very practical subject. It cannot be taught from the books. It is just like swimming.
Yeah.
You cannot
Yeah,
teach
yeah.
somebody about swimming from the books. You have to throw them into the swimming pool and they will understand how to swim. So that is the proposal which I gave to them, and we started on that particular year, wherein we set up couple of these children will go out into the market, get in touch with the local artisans, they will go get in touch with the wholesalers, they will understand the entire system, the distribution system, the entire channel of distribution within the existing within the economy. They will go to the wholesalers and they will simply talk to the wholesaler to give them the goods for selling, for this particular bazaar. So they are the ones who are getting these goods from the wholesalers, and they will be selling these goods at a price little lesser than the retail price, little lesser than the market price. So suppose I'll give you a very simple example, that something is costing $100, you're getting it from the wholesaler at $70, and you are selling it at $90, you are still having $20 of profit. But you are selling it at a price little lower than the retailers, and that is what will attract the people. So with this particular model we started our bazaar, and in year one we had earned 8,000 rupees. It was a very meager profit, 8,000 rupees is I'll tell you around $120, 120 US dollars. Now, once we had $120 in our hand, I simply talked to them that, what do we want to do with this $120? And believe me, of course, these are teenagers. These are 14 to 16 years old children. So they simply said, okay, we have this money. Let's have a party. Let's go and buy some nice cheesy pizza, some good coffee, and, we will have some fun. We'll have a party. But at the same time, in my class we have this democratic system wherein everybody can express whatever that they wish to say. So they had given their entire list. I simply said, this $120, we can use it for our own fun, but at the same time this same $120 can actually help one child or couple of children go through their entire 1 year of academics in India. So we had one public school right next to my school. So we just went there and asked them that what do they want. And believe me, with $120 we supplied entire years, what you can say, stationery supply given to these children within $120. So this was a very what you can say, eye opening experience for children, that on one hand you are earning the money through your hard work, but at the same time you are not using this money for your own pleasures, for your own sake.
Yeah.
Instead, you are using this money to provide educational opportunities to the children who are not as privileged as you are, those who are not as fortunate as you are. So this is how it started with year one. And believe me, year two I didn't do anything. In the sense, I thought that this is just 1 year project with these children, and we had done that, and we didn't continue with this. But one thing which I noticed is that these children, there were a lot of behavioral betterment in these children. Yeah, they have started enjoying the theory as well. They started behaving well in the classroom as well. So it's not only the money, but the impact on the children's mindset,
Yeah.
and the aptitude, that was more important. uh, Out of this 28 children that I started off with, next year 17 of them were in the leadership capacity in grade 11. So I can see the jump from being good for nothing to kind of that confidence developing, and all the goodness coming to these children. So 1 year I didn't have any Galaxy Bazaar, but then once again, the third year, I had requests from parents of these children to continue with the practice, because they had seen this change, behavioral change in their children, and they said that we want this project to continue year after year. So I have been running this project for the last 14 years now. Unfortunately, in the year 2020 I couldn't have the Galaxy Bazaar because of the pandemic, but otherwise we had it for the 14 years. And we every year, the size of the bazaar started growing every year, because it was a learning platform for all of us to you know because see, now this is a real problem in front of you, that you have, let's say, a bazaar which is very small. Now how do you earn more money? So you keep adding things to it. So we added the game zone, we added the food zone, we added the competitions. There are so many layers, there are so many things that we added to our bazaar. And that is how our revenues kind of increased year after year. And in 14 years we have managed to earn $250,000, US dollars, across this many years. And every time we have used this money to provide free education to a child, who is not as fortunate. So we have supported 5,200 children in the process. So because of this particular project, 5,200 children remained in school system, and we have financed their entire education, for the last 14 years now. So they're some of them are graduating now.
Wow, very interesting method, because when you said that you see the results in your students, I think that this is the best way to show, to demonstrate that it's a good approach for. But we have two questions from our teachers. And one of the teacher connected is asking what business ideas or products. So can you give us some example of the products or of the business idea in general? So just to give some inspiration to our teachers.
I'm trying to understand the question, that what products did we sell in Galaxy Bazaar?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Initially, as I said, that this particular event was timed near the festival, the biggest Indian festival called Diwali. Yeah. So this Galaxy Bazaar takes place right before Diwali, and see, this is the time when everybody is doing their purchases, the gifts and the new clothes and chocolates and food and stuff like that. So understanding the markets, the need of the market, we simply keep everything that people buy during the festivities. So when we started off, we were selling dry fruits, we were selling chocolates, we were selling t-shirts, we were selling what you can say, the vessels, the serving vessels, we were selling the sweets.
Yeah.
We were selling all the things that people usually buy during festivities. But as we grew in size, like, I'll give you a very simple example, that last year in our last Galaxy Bazaar, we had 120 stalls, like, 120 canopies. Yes. Yeah, 120 canopies. In fact, we converted our entire school into a mall, for 3 days. No studies. It's like, your school is your mall. Just have fun. So
Wow.
nowadays we are selling everything. We are right from, computers to cameras to technical stuff, to clothes, to what you can say, expensive designer clothes, food, everything, like basically everything and anything. In fact, our students also sell cars during Galaxy Bazaar. We invite the car companies and students and students understand the cars totally, like, all their features, they simply understand, and they act as the salesperson of the car. And they try to sell the car as well. So that is what is happening. Started
Wow.
something very small. Started with something very small, like, when I started with hardly 5 stalls. We had only 5 stalls. 220 stalls in this year. We kept on adding things to our, and the bazaar becomes bigger and better and effective every year. And I
Wow.
would love to
So
have the global aspect to that. I would love to have
yeah.
some kind of exchange wherein I can invite the Italian students to come to my school, and probably
Oh.
buy 4 or 5 stalls. That would be lovely.
Yeah, would be a dream. Would be a dream. Maybe we can discuss also this opportunity. I think
Absolutely.
that we can propose to our teachers that they can think that in next year, of course, they can participate to this. Okay, so you involve the artisans, the traders in your region, in your department, and in this way they can help the students to open their own little shop in the mall, in the school, transformed in a mall for 3 days.
Right.
Okay.
I'll just add something to this. See, this entire event is totally run by students. Of course, I'm spearheading, I'm guiding them, but we have our own organizational structures where we have different departments, where we have the head of the departments, which are students. Yeah, and then we have the teams, and then we have the metrics way of running things. We have the meetings, and there are ways in which decisions are taken. So it is almost like working in a company which is your own. Like, all the students are the ones who get together and create a kind of a company like structure, and they are running it, across the, like, all the decisions are taken by them systematically.
Wow, wow. So I am I authorized to give your email to the teachers that would like to have it?
Definitely, I
So
would love to.
if you be, yeah, because I will send the link to this registration to the teachers, of course, and if they want to keep in contact with you, I think that I can send your email, and then referring to this conversation, they can start maybe something new
Yeah, yeah,
for
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's
okay.
my pleasure, to get in touch with any of the teachers and have a conversation.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Bijal. I have the last question from Tiziana. Tiziana is one of our expert teacher, our best teacher in Italy. The question is, how many students trust in school as a way to self-realization in India? Uh,
All right. I'm just repeating the question that I have, what you can say,
yeah,
understood the question right or not. Um,
yeah,
what you're trying to ask is that how many students trust that
yeah,
school is the mode of self-realization, or, of growth,
yeah.
right? Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah, to self-realize themselves.
Right. Okay. Now,
Yeah,
the thing is, if you look at the Indian education system, as I said, that it is going to change very soon. As of now, students, see, the moment students have been studying with one common objective, that is to land up with the good jobs, to make more money. I think that has become the purpose of education, that people are studying what gives more money. If engineering has more money, let me study engineering. If mathematics has more money, let me study mathematics. Right, so that is how people have been doing this. But these things are changing, slowly and steadily. People, even students, are realizing that in school whatever that you are studying is good, but ultimately you will have to follow your passion, what you are passionate about. If you're passionate about languages, it's okay, there might not be good money into it, but you have to follow what you're passionate about, and believe me, only then you will become expert into that. Same goes with business, same goes with engineers, same goes with STEM, same goes with everything. So students nowadays are realizing that whatever that we are learning within the school system is good enough, but at the same time we have to simply understand, and we have to know what appeals to us, what is our calling, what is our passion. And there are many of them are studying for engineering, and they are turning into authors, writing books. So they are doing it, they are
wow.
doing what kind of appeals to them. So my answer to your question is yes and no. They are trusting the school system, at the same time they are doing what their heart is saying, and which is a good sign. I think that is what, if the schooling is good, that is what gives them the freedom to do that.
Wow. Thank you for these words, because you gave us a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinion, a lot of practical approach to inspire our teachers. So thank you very much, because what you said is very, very important for us. You went in deep, and this is very very important for in teaching everywhere, not only in Italy or in India, but also in every country. So thank you very much, Bijal, for your contribution, for your presence, for your time. And I want to remind to the teachers that on March we will have another meeting like this one with Adnan Mahmoud from Dubai, and he can say something about his experience in this country, in this beautiful country, of course. So thank you very much, Bijal, and we will meet after this meeting, just to talk about the next the next opportunities.
Yeah,
okay.
thank
so
you
thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And thank you very much to the teachers. Bye. Bye.
Bye.